Good. So welcome to the TweetWallFX talk. Probably most of you have seen the wall running down there in the exhibition hall. So this is the second year we're doing this. And I thought it would be nice to give you some behind the scenes information on how we did this and who did this and how all this started. So first, that would be me doing space things for my day job and doing other Java things in the night. So the history of the TweetWall started about like last year with a challenge Sven sent out. Like they have those two big walls, and there is this JavaScript HTML5, well, nice looking visible tweets thing for displaying tweets from Devoxx. And we thought, well, you could do JavaFX, you community. And yes, sure, we took the challenge. So this was what he wanted to do us. And we thought, well, yes, JavaFX. And that looks like it's very, very simple. So I got together a nice team. Jose from Spain, he's like a really good 3D JavaFX guy. Very, very good. Jason Polistrini, he's a committer, as well as Jose Pereira on the FXYZ 3D open source JavaFX 3D extension library with very nice and very additional things. And Johan, so he helped us getting in here and getting the tweet things running and provided the first keys for the TweetWall. And me. So that was the founding team. And what we did was, well, we did the first sprint. So you saw the date probably, if I didn't skip the slides too fast. It was like 2 weeks before Devoxx last year. So we came up with, well, 2D is boring, huh? So we got 3D. So you see those nice Tari up there, rotating. So we could do a demo if you would like. And, but well, Stefan didn't like it. So the major point was, with the Tari rotating, sometimes no tweet was visible at all. So you just had the colors of the Tari. So, well, he said, no, well, you see, I put those requirements out there just like copy what's out there. So, okay, good. Second sprint, so we thought, okay, we'll meet the requirements. So like train coding and down in the Hackergarten, this was the first shot live of the cloud running. The second one, so yeah, it got better. And then in the end, what we had running last year looked like this. So yeah, we had images from the tweets, and we got the tweet things running. So yeah, that was quite a nice achievement. So everything, so both prototypes done in less than 2 weeks probably. So, and now the 2015 edition. So I think it looks even better. So we got better in doing styling and managing CSS for the application. So I think, yeah, it was really a kind of challenge of getting the very colorful background running. So and yeah, thanks to the team. So my JAG really did an awesome job. People from my JAG, Jörg and Martin, and the whole JAG tried to keep this project alive about the whole time for the year. And we tried to add all this nice stuff, get the code cleaned up, and make it public available. So yes, so that's where we are now. So now let's talk a bit about more of the software. So I think the major thing of the TweetWall was this tag cloud layout thing. So anybody ever seen those tag cloud things somewhere on the network? So internet? Yeah, so some blog sites like it. So like tagging your blogs and then layouting things. So yeah, that's a hard problem. So in the fact, it comes down to how to arrange words in a two-dimensional space. So we got a limited space. We got the words we just like pick from the tweets, and then you have to lay out those tweets. So how to do? Well, there is this thing called Wordle. The source code is unfortunately not available, publicly because it was written during some time at IBM from some guy. But he wrote a chapter on how he did it. So that's the good news. The bad news is, well, if you're reading this chapter from the book, you figure out that this is the layout algorithm. So, well, for each word you get, you try a placement strategy, whatever that may be. And if the new replaced word intersects with a word you already layouted on the area, well, you just move it a little bit along a spiral path. That's not so much to go with it. So, but well, that's the magic. So everything else you have to figure out on your own. So he does more. He's talking about how you can fill every area and every shape if you get enough words and if you can use them multiple times and if you can resize them as you like bigger fonts, smaller fonts. So, but for the cloud, it's like, yeah, you want to have the waiting for the words, like in more often tweeted, more often used. Well, you get the bigger font. Things you have, well, not seen so much, get the smaller font. So, well, just resizing based on fonts to fill the space is not an option. So this was a no-go. But in the end, we'll figure it out. Yeah, we just use the world algorithm in a way for doing this, so we can dig a bit deeper further down the road. But well, there are definitely improvements visible. So we are using a lot of space. And we use speed. So if you want to have a compact layout, you have to be very clever in detecting intersections. You start with intersections between rectangles, like the boundaries. And you do typically an intersect between two of those rectangles. And you figure out, oh no, it's still not matching. Then you go further. And you do a 2x2 matching. So you have pairs matching. And this ends in a lot of white space things, definitely. So you could do more compact appearance. So the code is out there. So if anybody's interested in doing this stuff, well, you're invited to try to do things and send a pull request. So the implementation in pure JavaFX, as the name suggests, TweetWallFX is in JavaFX. We're using Gradle as a build system. And it lives on GitHub, where else? And you find it, well, short after the talk at this URL. So it still lives under the Jack Bodensee repository area, but we'll move it to the top level TweetWallFX thing. Yeah. So this has been running on different conferences already. So we had different hardware we're running on. So just 2 weeks ago, it ran on the Java 1. And it ran on this. So this is like a Raspberry Pi. And that works quite well. And in contrast to that, we got the Devoxx hardware. So I'm not sure if Stefan will like what I'm showing now. So that's the behind the scenes. So this is the magic driving the wall. So you just can't probably see the real computer, so it's in the cupboard there, so hiding between all the other lighting and other stuff. So yeah. So this is driving the wall. So how do you do it if you want to do it yourself? Well, the do-it-yourself TweetWallFX, some very short steps, and then we'll dive into the code and do really tool in action. So you clone the repository, you add a new branding project. I'll tell you a bit more about this in a couple of minutes. You add the special resources you need for your project. Once you have this, you decide on the hashtag you want to follow. And once you get this, you need some OAuth keys from Twitter, so for accessing the Twitter API, special process, I think it's developer Twitter.com or dev Twitter.com or similar URL, where you can get an account associated with your Twitter account, and then you'll get a keys that you probably better not share with anyone else. So I will be very, very careful on putting my keys up here on the slides and on the video stream. You put them in a file, and then you're good to go, and you're running. So run and display. Okay, so far slides. So now let's look at some demos. So let's look at how it looked like in like about the first version we did for a NetBeans day. I think it was last year, this year, I don't know, whatever. So we did NetBeans spriting. So you see the difference. We already got a kind of a gradient background, completely styled with CSS. We got the NetBeans logo. So logo is a kind of replaceable. In the first version, we just had the background image in a way from the with the green, and we have different coloring for the text. And you can see it just happily moves along. Probably, if we are lucky, it shows probably some tweet from Devoxx as well. So, and if anybody wants his tweet to show up later on, maybe just tweet about the session, put hashtag Devoxx in, and he might be up on the big screen. Okay, so first stage. Then we went for Java 1. So let's see, like TweetWall and Java 1 look and feel looks like. Hopefully, network keeps staying. So you see Java 1 branding, the logo, Java 1 logo, the coffee cup there, steaming, and you get all the coloring, like in typical Java colors. Yeah. So this was the Java 1 version. And I got the Devoxx version, just for a comparison. So I think it looks better on the big screen here than on the small presentation walls in the exhibition hall. So yeah, probably. So it's not like exactly the same version as it's running now down there. So I did some improvements, hopefully improvements. So you see I increased the number of tags that are shown and changed the font sizes a bit. So there's more text, but it's probably too much text for the small walls. But you can adjust this with a CSS as well. Good. So one of the challenges was the colorful background image. What to do with it. So in this case, we just did a kind of opaque thing, so make it more transparent, so that it's not less very colorful beneath the text, so you can still read the text. And and I put the Devoxx logo in full color down there as well, although the Devoxx logo is already in the picture. Good. Yeah, on the screen, somewhere. Right, very cool. Good. So let's have a look at the code. So before we look at the code, maybe I can show you the very original project, if it still works. The original 3D master version. So hopefully it connects, and if it connects, so you see now no tweets. So that was a no-go. So it's still the first tweet image. Hopefully it swaps. 3, 2, 1. Hopefully it gets one. Yeah, it seems there. Yes. So you see, we even do Russian Cyrillic. Yeah. So you see, it works. And I think a variant of this was running at JavaLand, but I think I never got the code back, so I have to ping the guy. So yes, so that was the original version, like very 3D-ish, very colorful, but well, not meeting the requirements. Good. Okay, so I hope you can read the a bit. The code is better then, but the left-hand side is probably a bit small, but I can increase this a bit. So you see, we try to structure all the code a bit. So we did we separated the 2D things and the 3D things. So we got the controls. This is the Wordle with all the CSS styling in there. So the tag cloud thing, everything that's moving around. We separated out the Twitter for J API, so we're using Twitter for J. But if you want to try and go testing and you're offline and you need some data sets, you're probably better off just encapsulating everything. So we are still to try to get this running. And so we added a kind of abstraction API to do this. And we got this generic 2D project there. That's the base for every animation you just saw, besides the last one. Okay, so let's have a look at the Devoxx version. So what you really need for a version is, okay, so we got the backdrop picture, you see, okay. And we got the logo, 2 resources, 2 files, probably, and we get some fonts, and the config properties. I won't show this, there are my keys in there. So, and the CSS. So we can just skip through the CSS. You got the font faces, so loading 2 fonts, so ensuring that so yeah, like last year, so we did this on my Mac, and then we put the software on the Windows machine running down there in the exhibition hall, and we figured out, well, those fonts are, well, not really matching. So one thing I fixed for this year was to say, yeah, okay, you can bring your own font and put it in there, and that works way better. So it's just like Roboto, the open source font. So the status line is just for debugging purposes. Could show this afterwards again. And then you got the Wordle configuration. So you say, okay, here for we got the white background, since the image is like only scaled fitting the aspect ratio. So we need some glue outside. So we do white in the background. We got the background graphics. That's the jigsaw peg. We got the logo. That's the FX graphic tag here, and it would try to display up to 100 tags in the cloud. So then we have the opacity on the background image. So if we would like to see it in a more colorful or not colorful way, so we could go like this. I'll run this again. You can see, very easy, hopefully very easy. So you see, very colorful, but it's way more, it costs way more effort to read the text. So, although it works somehow. Good. So you can style this just by changing those values here in the CSS. And FX opacity is a default CSS value, while the background graphic and display tag enum, those things are new stylable properties we added to make it more easy to do this. Okay, scaling and translating the logo is like to move it around. So the Wordle layout algorithm, or not the algorithm, but the implementation here is like looking where the logo is and ensuring that it does not lay out over the logo. So it knows where it is located. Okay, so for the tags, you see this is the Devoxx color. I took it from the Devoxx logo. So if we put another color in here, like let's say red. I'll run it. We should probably get red text. Yes, a small black stroke outside. So very quick to change, so very easy to handle. All right. Okay, so then we have If the tweet is displayed to read the tweet, not the cloud, you got a you have the possibility to to set the color and the font for the name. That's the handle, and for some other things as well. So you see there were favorite counts, and they were okay. They are likes now, so probably have to change that to heart. But you can all set all this in CSS as well. So I think what I wanted to show you is how easy it is to get one together. So I just will highlight the changes I did. So I thought we already had this TweetWall for Devoxx, so I thought I'd do some for Vox days as an example. So I added to my build script just a couple of lines down here. So you see, I added to my Gradle build script, do a TweetWall for Vox days. Copying all this generic main stuff is like just copying existing project description here in the file. And once you have this, you need resources. Okay, so I put in the fonts again. So probably make this a bit bigger. I put in the fonts, and I put in the Vox Days logo. Let me see, there it is. And I put in the config properties with like the hashtag in it and the correct OAuth keys. And so let's see. So we'll start like, how about we'll get all this in. So we'll load the font faces, and how about we'll just leave out the logo first, and we can set the enum, and we don't need a movement of the logo. And we could style the tag later on, and probably we can do the same for the name and the handle. And we can, we could even start, we could go this. And start this. And you will see a very generic, so you already see the Voxed colored gradient. So I just picked it from the logo once more. And if you don't provide your own logo, it just shows the TweetWallFX logo. So you see I'm not very good at graphic stuff. So now let's put in the logo. Once you have the logo running, just adding the logo. But somehow, so logo looks nice, I think, but I think the color of the tags is not good. So too bluish, not the light blue from Voxed. So let's see if we can fix this one. So I got this value again from the logo, and well, let's just try it without the additional stroke line. So there you go. Oh, that's not good. Something missing. Sorry? The black in front. Ah, the black in front, yes. I was experimenting with moving around the colors. So yeah, thanks. Thanks for picking it. Yeah, so you see, it's now probably a good color, but well, very hard to read on the screen, yeah? So let's try to be a bit creative, and we'll put this in. See if this is better. So I thought it was quite good looking on my screen. So yeah, that's better. So so you could do like a drop shadows and inner borders and whatever effects you like. So but well, you just need to be good at graphics probably, but Typically those conferences have some guys who are. And we can put this in there as well. So we get a slight different appearance of the name tags once it moves around. See, wait. Yes. So now I see the gray color for the name, for the handle, and for the data below the tweet. Okay, so that was the do-it-yourself version. So yeah, we got 4 minutes for questions, if you dare to ask. Anyone? Questions? Wishes? Enhancement requests? No, nothing? Okay. Thanks for showing up.